Welcome to this guided meditation for dealing with loss and grief. This practice is designed to help you navigate the complex emotions and challenges that come with experiencing a significant loss in your life. Whether you're grieving the death of a loved one, the end of a relationship, the loss of a job, or any other major life change, this meditation will provide a safe space for you to explore your feelings and begin the healing process. Grief is a deeply personal experience, and there's no right or wrong way to grieve. This meditation is not meant to, quote-unquote, fix your grief or make it go away. Instead, it's an opportunity to acknowledge your pain, honor your loss, and cultivate self-compassion as you move through this difficult time. As we begin, remember that healing is not linear. You may have good days and bad days, moments of peace followed by waves of intense emotion. All of this is normal and part of the grieving process. Be patient and gentle with yourself as we embark on this journey together. Now, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed for the next hour or so. You may choose to sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, or lie down on a bed or yoga mat. Make sure you're wearing comfortable clothing and that the room temperature is pleasant for you. If you'd like, you can have a few personal items nearby that remind you of your loved one or what you've lost. This could be a photograph, a piece of jewelry, or any object that holds special meaning for you. These items can serve as tangible connections to your memories and feelings throughout the meditation. You may also want to have a journal and pen nearby, as well as some tissues. It's perfectly normal and okay to experience strong emotions during this practice, including tears. When you're ready, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Let's begin. Start by bringing your attention to your breath. Notice the natural rhythm of your inhales and exhales. There's no need to change or control your breathing. Simply observe it as it is. Feel the weight of your body against the surface you're sitting or lying on. Notice the points of contact, your feet on the floor, your back against the chair or mat, your hands resting in your lap or by your side. Take a moment to scan your body from head to toe. As you do this, consciously release any tension you're holding. Let your facial muscles soften, relax your jaw, and allow your shoulders to drop away from your ears. If you notice any areas of tightness or discomfort, breathe into those spaces. Imagine your breath as a gentle wave, washing over those tense areas and inviting them to soften and release. As you continue to breathe deeply and naturally, imagine roots growing from the base of your spine, extending down into the earth below you. These roots anchor you, providing stability and support. Feel the earth's energy flowing up through these roots, filling your body with a sense of grounding and connection. With each inhale, draw in a sense of calm and steadiness. With each exhale, release any anxiety or restlessness you may be feeling. Allow yourself to settle into this moment, creating a safe container for your meditation practice. Now, gently bring to mind the loss you're grieving. This might be a person, a relationship, a pet, a job, a home, or any significant change in your life. As you think about this loss, notice any sensations that arise in your body. You might feel a heaviness in your chest, a lump in your throat, or a tightness in your stomach. Whatever you're feeling, allow it to be there without judgment. Take a moment to acknowledge the reality of your loss. It's okay if this feels difficult or painful. Grief is a natural response to loss, and by acknowledging it, you're taking an important step in your healing journey. As you sit with the awareness of your loss, you might find that memories start to surface. These could be happy memories, sad ones, or a mix of both. Allow these memories to come and go, like clouds passing through the sky of your mind. You don't need to hold on to them or push them away. Simply observe them with gentle awareness. If you're comfortable doing so, place a hand over your heart. This simple gesture is a way of showing kindness and compassion to yourself. As you hold your hand there, silently say to yourself, "This is a moment of suffering. Suffering is a part of life. May I be kind to myself in this moment." Remember, your grief is a testament to the love and connection you've experienced. It reflects the depth of your caring and the significance of what you've lost. Honor these feelings as a natural part of your human experience. Grief often comes with a complex mix of emotions. As we continue this meditation, we'll take some time to explore and acknowledge these feelings. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to feel. All of your emotions are valid and deserve to be heard. Start by checking in with yourself. What emotions are present for you right now? You might be feeling sadness, anger, fear, guilt, or even moments of relief or peace. Perhaps you're experiencing a combination of these, or something entirely different. As you identify each emotion, try to locate where you feel it in your body. Does sadness manifest as a heaviness in your chest? Does anger create heat in your face or tension in your jaw? Notice these physical sensations without trying to change them. Now, imagine each emotion as a visitor knocking at your door. As each one arrives, mentally open the door and invite it in. You might say to yourself, "Hello, sadness. I see you're here. You're welcome to stay as long as you need to." Give each emotion space to exist without trying to fix it or make it go away. If you notice yourself resisting certain feelings, see if you can soften that resistance. Remember, allowing yourself to feel doesn't mean you'll be stuck in these emotions forever. Emotions are like waves. They rise, peak, and eventually subside. If you find certain emotions particularly challenging, return to your breath as an anchor. You might also try placing a hand on your heart or your belly, offering yourself comfort and support. As you sit with your emotions, you may find that they shift and change. New feelings might arise, while others fade away. Stay curious and open to this process, observing it with compassion and without judgment. Remember, experiencing these emotions is a natural and important part of the grieving process. By acknowledging and accepting them, you're honoring your loss and taking steps toward healing. Grief can often bring up feelings of self-judgment or criticism. You might find yourself thinking thoughts like, I should be handling this better, or I need to be strong for others. In this part of the meditation, we'll focus on cultivating self-compassion, treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. Begin by placing both hands over your heart. Feel the warmth of your hands and the gentle rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. As you hold this posture, silently repeat these phrases to yourself. May I be kind to myself in this moment. May I give myself the compassion I need. May I accept myself as I am. If these phrases don't resonate with you, feel free to create your own that express self-compassion and acceptance. Now, think of a quality you would offer a close friend who is grieving. Perhaps patience, understanding, or unconditional support. Imagine directing this quality towards yourself. Visualize it as a warm, soothing light emanating from your heart and enveloping your entire being. If you notice any resistance to self-compassion, that's okay. Grief can sometimes make us feel like we don't deserve kindness, even from ourselves. If this happens, simply acknowledge these thoughts without judgment and gently return to the self-compassion practice. Remember, being compassionate with yourself doesn't mean you're not taking your loss seriously. On the contrary, self-compassion can provide the emotional resilience you need to fully process your grief. As you continue to breathe deeply, allow yourself to rest in this feeling of self-compassion. Know that you are worthy of kindness and understanding, especially during this challenging time. Our memories play a crucial role in the grieving process. They can bring both joy and pain, often simultaneously. In this section, we'll work on honoring these memories as a way of maintaining a connection with what you've lost while also acknowledging the reality of your present situation. Begin by bringing to mind a positive memory associated with what you've lost. This could be a cherished moment with a loved one, a proud accomplishment at a former job, or a happy time in a place you've left behind. Allow yourself to fully immerse in this memory. Notice the details, the sights, sounds, smells, and feelings associated with this memory. Let yourself experience any emotions that arise, whether they're happiness, love, gratitude, or a bittersweet mixture of joy and sadness. As you hold this memory, place a hand over your heart and silently say to yourself, I'm grateful for this experience. It will always be a part of me. Now, if you're comfortable, bring to mind a more challenging memory or aspect of your loss. This might be a regret, an unresolved conflict, or a painful final moment. As before, notice any physical sensations or emotions that come up as you recall this memory. Breathe deeply and remind yourself that it's natural and okay to have difficult memories alongside the positive ones. Both are part of your complete experience and story. if you find yourself getting caught up in regret or what ifs, gently redirect your attention to your breath. Remind yourself that you did the best you could with the knowledge and resources you had at the time. As you hold this challenging memory, place your hand over your heart again and silently say, "I acknowledge this difficult experience. I'm learning and growing from it." Now, imagine creating a special place in your heart where you can keep all of these memories, both the joyful and the painful ones. Visualize this as a beautiful, sacred space where your memories are honored and preserved. See yourself placing each memory into this space with care and reverence. Know that you can visit this place whenever you want to connect with these memories, but that you don't have to carry them all with you every moment of every day. As you do this, remind yourself that honoring your memories doesn't mean you're stuck in the past. It's possible to cherish your memories while also being present in your current life and open to future experiences. Guilt and regret are common companions to grief. You might find yourself replaying past events, wishing you had said or done things differently. While these feelings are normal, holding on to them can hinder the healing process. In this section, we'll work on acknowledging and gently releasing feelings of guilt and regret. Start by bringing to mind any feelings of guilt or regret you're carrying. Notice where you feel these emotions in your body. Perhaps there's a heaviness in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or tension in your shoulders. As you become aware of these sensations, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, imagine releasing some of the tension associated with these feelings. Continue this process of breathing in and releasing for a few moments. Now, bring to mind a specific situation that's causing you to feel guilty or regretful. As you recall this event, try to observe it as if you were watching a movie of your life. See if you can view the situation with a bit of distance and objectivity. Remind yourself that you made the best decisions you could with the information and resources you had at the time. Hindsight may offer a different perspective, but that doesn't mean you did anything wrong in the moment. If you're struggling with things left unsaid, take a moment now to mentally express these thoughts. Imagine the person or situation you've lost is here with you. What would you like to say? In your mind, speak these words. You might say, "I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you," or anything else that feels important to express. Now, imagine that you can hear a response. What words of comfort, forgiveness, or understanding might you receive? Allow yourself to take in this message of acceptance and peace. Next, place a hand over your heart and say to yourself, "I forgive myself. I release the burden of guilt and regret. I choose to move forward with self-compassion and understanding." Remember, releasing guilt and regret is often a gradual process. If you find these feelings persisting, that's okay. Each time you practice this release, you're taking a step towards healing. As you continue to breathe deeply, visualize guilt and regret as heavy stones you've been carrying. See yourself gently setting these stones down by a riverbank. Watch as the flowing water gradually smooths their rough edges, transforming them over time. Know that by working to release guilt and regret, you are not dishonoring your loss or forgetting your experiences. Instead, you're creating space for healing and growth. Loss often brings significant changes to our lives, along with a great deal of uncertainty about the future. This can feel overwhelming and frightening. In this part of the meditation, we'll work on developing a sense of resilience and openness in the face of change and uncertainty. Begin by bringing your attention to the constant change happening within you right now. Notice your breath. Each inhale is different from the last. Each exhale unique. Feel your heartbeat, the subtle movements of your body, the shifting of your thoughts and feelings. Change is a fundamental part of being alive. Now, bring to mind the changes you're experiencing as a result of your loss. These might be practical changes to your daily routine, shifts in your relationships, or alterations to your plans and expectations for the future. As you consider these changes, notice any resistance you might be feeling. It's natural to want things to stay the same, especially when change is thrust upon us through loss. See if you can acknowledge this resistance with kindness and understanding. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine softening around this resistance. You don't need to make it disappear, but see if you can create a little space around it. Now, bring your attention to the uncertainty you're facing. Perhaps you're unsure about how to navigate life without your loved one, how to rebuild after a significant loss, or what your future might look like now. As you connect with these feelings of uncertainty, notice any anxiety or fear that arises. Again, this is a normal response. Place a hand on your belly and take a few deep, grounding breaths. Remind yourself that while uncertainty can feel uncomfortable, it also holds the possibility for new experiences and growth. Just as you couldn't have predicted the joys and challenges of your past, you can't know what opportunities and connections might lie ahead. Visualize yourself as a tree. Your roots run deep, grounding you in your values, memories, and core sense of self. Your trunk is strong, representing your resilience and ability to withstand difficult times. Your branches and leaves are flexible, able to sway and adapt with the changing winds of life. As you hold this image, say to yourself, I am grounded in my strength. I am flexible in the face of change. I am open to new possibilities. Remember, embracing change and uncertainty doesn't mean you have to like everything that's happening. It's about developing the resilience to navigate these changes and the openness to recognize that growth and healing are possible, even in the midst of loss. Take a moment to set an intention for how you'd like to approach the changes and uncertainties in your life. This might be something like, I choose to face each day with courage and an open heart. Or, I am willing to take small steps forward, even when the path is unclear. As you hold this intention, take a few deep breaths, feeling a sense of strength and possibility flowing through you. Take a moment to set an intention for how you'd like to approach the changes and uncertainties in your life. This might be something like, I choose to face each day with courage and an open heart. Or, I am willing to take small steps forward, even when the path is unclear. As you hold this intention, take a few deep breaths, feeling a sense of strength and possibility flowing through you. Grief can often feel isolating, but it's important to remember that you don't have to go through this experience alone. In this section, we'll focus on connecting with sources of support, both internal and external. Start by bringing to mind the people in your life who have offered support during this difficult time. These might be close friends, family members, a therapist, or members of a support group. Visualize each of these people one by one. As you think of each person, imagine a thread of light connecting your heart to theirs. This represents the care and support flowing between you. Take a moment to feel gratitude for these connections. Now, think about the qualities these supportive people embodied. Perhaps kindness, patience, understanding, or strength. Recognize that these qualities also exist within you. You have an inner wellspring of resilience and compassion that you can draw upon. Place a hand over your heart and say to yourself, I am supported. I have the strength within me to face this challenge. I am not alone. If you've been hesitant to reach out for support, take a moment to explore any barriers you might be feeling. Perhaps you're worried about burdening others, or you feel that you should be able to handle things on your own. Acknowledge these thoughts with kindness, and then gently challenge them. Remind yourself that seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness. It's okay to let others know what you need, whether that's a listening ear, practical help, or simply silent companionship. Visualize yourself reaching out and accepting support. Imagine what it would feel like to let others in, to share your burden, to be held in compassion and understanding. Allow yourself to experience the comfort and strength that comes from connection. Now, expand your awareness to include sources of support beyond your immediate circle. This might include support groups, community organizations, or spiritual resources. Imagine these as additional threads of light, creating a supportive network around you. Remember that connecting with support also means being gentle and patient with yourself. You are your own most constant companion on this journey of grief. Take a moment to acknowledge your own courage and resilience in facing this challenging time. As you continue to breathe deeply, affirm to yourself, I am open to receiving support. I trust in my ability to heal and grow. I am connected to a web of compassion and understanding. As we near the end of this meditation, we'll explore ways to find meaning in your experience and take gentle steps forward. Remember, moving forward doesn't mean forgetting or getting over your loss. It's about finding ways to honor your grief while also embracing life. Begin by reflecting on how your loss has changed you. Perhaps you've discovered inner strengths you didn't know you had, or you've gained a new perspective on what's truly important in life. Maybe you've developed deeper empathy for others who are suffering. Take a moment to acknowledge these changes. Even amidst the pain of loss, there can be growth and transformation. Now, consider ways you might honor your loss and keep the memory of what you've lost alive. This could be through continuing traditions, sharing stories, engaging in activities that were meaningful to you and your loved one, or finding ways to help others who are going through similar experiences. Visualize yourself taking a small step forward. This step doesn't have to be big. It might be as simple as planning a coffee date with a friend, starting a journal, or researching a cause that's become important to you through your experience of loss. As you imagine this step, notice any feelings that arise. There might be a mix of anxiety, hope, sadness, and determination. Allow all of these feelings to coexist. Place a hand over your heart and say to yourself, I honor my loss by continuing to live fully. I carry my memories with me as I move forward. Each step I take is an act of courage and love. Remember that healing is not linear. There will likely be times when grief feels fresh and overwhelming again. This is normal and doesn't mean you're moving backwards. Grief often comes in waves, and learning to ride these waves is part of the journey. Take a few deep breaths, feeling the rise and fall of your chest. With each inhale, draw in strength and courage. With each exhale, release any pressure you might be putting on yourself to heal in a certain way or time frame. As we prepare to conclude this meditation, set an intention for your continued journey with grief. This might be something like, I commit to being patient and compassionate with myself as I heal, or I choose to honor my loss by living with an open heart. Hold this intention in your mind and heart as you take a few final deep breaths. As we come to the end of this meditation, take a moment to check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling physically, emotionally, and mentally. Remember that whatever you're experiencing is okay. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your surroundings. Feel the surface beneath you. Listen to the sounds in the room or outside. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Know that you can return to any part of this meditation whenever you need support or guidance in your grieving process. The techniques we've practiced, grounding, acknowledging emotions, cultivating self-compassion, honoring memories, releasing guilt, embracing change, connecting with support, and finding meaning are tools you can use anytime. Remember, grief is a deeply personal journey, and there's no right or wrong way to navigate it. Be patient and gentle with yourself as you move through this challenging time. Your feelings are valid, your loss is significant, and your journey matters. As you move forward from this meditation, consider taking a few moments to journal about your experience or engage in a grounding activity like taking a walk in nature. If strong emotions have come up for you, be sure to take care of yourself and reach out for support if you need it. Thank you for your courage in exploring your grief through this meditation. May you find peace, healing, and moments of grace on your journey.